Hi team, good morning. Hope I'm audible. Okay, so let's create a new project. Today we are going to talk about Google Maps. Thank you, Akansha, for responding. So let's create a new project. Click on new project. Now, usually we select empty activity. As you want to work with maps, you can also choose maps activity. Okay. If you want to build from scratch, also it is possible to build Google Maps from scratch. However, you'll get all the dependencies and the default maps when you select Google Maps activity. So for now, I'm choosing Google Maps activity. You can also choose empty activity and start building from scratch. I'll guide you on that. Let's choose Google Maps activity, hit next. Make sure the name of the application as Google Maps. It should be created into batch 15 folder where B is capital. Yes, of course. Hit finish to create the project. Meanwhile, let's go ahead to see how to implement Google Maps implementation Android. If you type this, you get Maps SDK for Android Quick Start Guide. Okay, you can all visit this link. I'm pasting this in the chat. Please go through it. Also, we have a classroom link where you can actually post it. So after tab navigation, we did not update anything here. Google Maps implementation. Okay, you visit this link. Okay. So first of all, in Android Studio, you have to create a project. So once the project creation is done, you have to go to the project selector page in the Google Cloud Console and you need to enable the billing account. Okay. You're supposed to enable the billing account. So Google Cloud offers a $0 charge trail. The trail expires at either end of 90 days or after the account has accrued 300 worth of charges, whichever comes first. Cancel anytime. Google Maps platform features a recurring 200 monthly credit. For more information, you can see the billing account. So billing account is a challenge. It's quite of a challenge. You need to have multiple accounts to work around with it. Okay. So why do we need this? Why do we need to enable the billing account to just show maps to the user? Because if you run the application right now, if I connect my device, say if I connect my device, yeah, my device is connected. If I run it right away, though there is maps activity and so much things are built here, I'll get an error now because of this statement. So okay. Yeah, this is the error I can remove. This. I don't know how this get typed. It's typed. Hmm. Now we can run the application and it will run. Okay, I'll use Wiser to show you the. See, as you get the output, you only get to see Google here, but the maps, the real maps are not getting displayed because in the manifest file, if you see, so before you run your application, you need to add a Google Maps API key, which we do not have as of now. To get the API key, you are supposed to enable the billing account and get the API key. I'll show you the process. You return this page. So I already have a billing account. If I select Maps activity, okay, and go to the API credentials for Maps activity, I get to see there are many API credentials that I created. I can hit on a show key and copy it, then go back, and instead of your API key here, you can replace it with the API key. Now you run the application and you will observe the difference right away. See, maps are loaded. Maps are loaded, isn't it? Okay. So this is the default location, right? Right. So how do we get this location to our own location, right? So if you want to get this to India, let us say, especially to a particular location, for example, before we go to do that, I'd like to show you how this is achievable or how this is resizable. You jump into activity underscore maps.xml and into the split mode, you can see that there is a single fragment with the name set to com.google.android.gms.maps.support map fragment. If you jump into the dependencies, you see that there is a dependency or Google Play Services or Google Play Services Maps, especially Maps. All this is added as you selected um, Google Maps activity while you are creating the project. Okay, Althapraz is asking what is an API key. So if you want to provide paid services, You are supposed to get your users into creating something unique. Okay. So Google wants us to create Google Maps API key so that it can keep the features as a payable features, as a paid features. Okay? It's just a, it is just like a password which unlocks certain features. In this case, it is unlocking Google Maps. Okay. So in the activity underscore maps.xml, there is a fragment with the match parent and match parent as height and width. Suppose if you create a linear layout, let us suppose we create a linear layout, get these into linear layout. Now Android column, layout width, match parent, Android column, layout height, match parent. You have an opening and a closing things, Control Alt and L will rearrange before. Now, if you set this maps fragment to let us say width as match parent and height as 200 dp, or let us say 400 dp, something like that, and you run the application now, you'll understand that the maps getting resized. So this way you can resize any maps that you want to. See, only first 400 dips of height is being occupied by the fragment and the rest of the space is left empty. Correct? So if you set the orientation of this linear layout to horizontal or vertical, you can place buttons, you can design the UI based on your interest. Let's say I just placed a single button. See, you got a button here, right? But the theme is missing out because the theme is differently built. The given theme is a bit different. The values themes, if you see, dark action bar, so theme.google maps. So there is a lot of tweaking happening to the themes. You want to get it back, you can get it back always. But yeah, this is just to show you that you can actually resize your maps and actually recreate your maps using your own uh, creativity. And if you make it a match parent, there won't be any difference that you can see. So all this is happening because of the API key. For API key, you just have to jump into console.cloud.google.com. Okay, jump into this API. For API key, go to console.google.com, console.cloud.google.com. Next, enable the billing account by just paying ₹2. Okay, then enable Google Maps API key and use it for Google Maps. Okay. Now the location is pointed to Sydney. If you look at the maps activity code, okay, let us get this to normal. Yeah. Now this will be enabled, I know. Now in here, you see on map ready is a callback. In the onCreate method, what are we doing? We are creating a fragment, support ID, You're just calling get map as in, which gives us on map ready callback. This on map ready callback is from the interface on map ready callback. So here, this is the place where we'll actually show markers. Marker is nothing but this small icon is there, na red color icon. That is the marker. Okay. Of course, there is a way of replacing the marker icon also. I forgot about it, but you can still explore it and do it. Okay. So if you change the latitude and longitude values and also the title, the marker will be changed, upgraded. Suppose if I tap on this marker, I get to see marker in Sydney. I get to see marker in Sydney. Okay. If I want to change it, I have to change the location also. Suppose I want to have the location or latitude and longitude of Naresh Technologies. So it is 17.4373 north and 78.4481 east. So I copy this one as latitude. I paste it here. I'll go back to the browser. I'll copy this one. Come back. I'll paste this longitude here. Now marker in Naresh. Okay. Now simply run the application and you will find that the marker is set to India. If you want to zoom in, double tap on it and the default options are coming up, such as show in maps and go to, navigate to that location. So these things are coming to you by default. So it is set in Telangana and that in Hyderabad. Okay. So if you want to have a certain zoom level, instead of calling new lat lang, you can call new lat lang zoom and specify till how much you want to zoom in. Let us say if I give 23, which is the highest value, I will get the street location or the street view on Google Maps for the certain location. Okay, so you get to see the street view here. See, Satyam Theatre Road, marker in Naresh Tech. You get to see this. So set this zoom level to let us say 15. So the difference will be found here. This is somewhat nice one. Like, good looks good actually. So understood about the zoom level. So if you give new latline zoom of 15 or any other number, you get to see the appropriate location with that much amount of zoom level. Okay. I would like to call it narration. Simply use it. N small letter. Now simply use this position to narration and zoom to narration. So this is about giving a static values. So by giving static values, usually you can show any location around it. Like all you need to do is just have to get their latitude and longitude values, which you will get by simple Google search. By simple Google search. However, I want to mark my own location. Let us say I just want to mark my location. So how can I do that? So if you want to access your location, the first thing that you're going to do is you're supposed to get the latitude and longitude of your own location. So go to Google and ask how to fetch latitude and longitude of my location on Google Maps Android. Okay. So there are many tutorials available. See, get current location on Google Maps Android. There is Stack Overflow where Google Maps Android API version 2. Okay. Adding a map with a marker. Okay. Download and install it. And add a app to your build and run. Understand the code, that is okay. Understood already. Adding map is also understood in your activities on create method. Okay, that is also fine. This is also fine. What can we do with map? This can I explore. This is a nice thing actually. I'll put it in the notes for our understanding. See, we need to use fused location client, fused location provider client. And how do we use it? This is all mentioned here. Location services has to be enabled. And in the location services, okay, first of all, you need to take in a few, um, let us try. We need to take in a few permissions. So what are the permissions we need? First, we use internet, that's fine. We also use access find location, also access course location. But these two are sensitive permissions, guys. These two are dangerous or sensitive permissions. So we are supposed to request the user about granting the permission to us, right? So let us request the user on maps activity.java. So on maps activity.java, we should check calling or self permission, access course location. When you write it, you get to see, you can import this statement. Import static constant cat course location. If this is not equal to, package manager dot permission granted. What does it mean? It means that we need to request the permissions to the user. So how do you request permissions? Simple. You have request permissions method where you are supposed to display new string of, you write the permissions. Access course location and access find location. You provide an integer identifier like 1, 2, 3. That is the request code. Okay. Once this is done, the next step is to in the on map ready callback. Okay, uh, let us keep this in comments. Now we will write some code to get our current location. As we took the permissions, we'll just write some code to get our current location. For getting the current location, you have to check calling self permission, access find location or course location, which is not equal to, sorry, which is equal to package, sorry, where is it? Package manager dot permission granted. If the permission is granted, all you can do is um, so we have mmap, right? This is mmap, which is the Google Maps object. You can get the UI settings and set my location button enabled to true. In the similar way, we have other settings like set get UI settings dot set zoom levels. Like zoom controls, we'll have plus and minus buttons, right? You can also enable that. Also, you can get the location from location manager. Okay. So we can say location manager. I'll create an object for location manager. We can call it manager, and that is equal to it is a system service, guys. No, it is a system service of location services because you see that the location services are enabled for your project. So whatever the system services we have, we can get that. Just like your notification service, just like your alarm service. Location service is also there. Now with the help of this location manager, you can create a location object L, and that's equal to you can call the manager and get the last known location. Okay, where the location manager GPS provider can be used. Of course, not only GPS provider, other providers such as Fusion or fused providers, these are all can also be used. If you see, fused provider is there, GPS provider is there, network provider is there, passive provider is there. These are all different providers for different things. I can use GPS provider. Now you extract the latitude values and longitude values from this location L. So double latitude lat is equal to L dot get latitude and double longitude is equal to longitude lon is equal to L dot get longitude. Oh no, longitude. Once the values are fixed, you follow the same process. You can follow the same process. You can copy this one, paste it here. Instead of latitude directly writing the static value, you can write lat, and here you can write long. This is not Nerestec, my village. Now, where do I want to set the position? In the my village only. Marker in my village. Also, you should go to My Village. All we are just replacing, like nothing else we're doing here. Now run the application once and let's see. As soon as the application runs in, you get to see allow only while using the application. And where is our marker? Our marker is not set. Right? Okay. Right. Just rerun it and now our marker might be set. So there is a problem. What is it? Attempting to work virtual method double on a null object reference. Ah, okay. I know why this is coming up. I do not have a SIM card, right? What I'll do is I'll connect my other device, which is readily available for me. All right. There a problem? Okay. So there is a problem it seems with the code itself. Virtual method double Android dot get location. Null object reference on maps ready. Why is it happening? So L is already reached like get last known location of GPS provider. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just rechecking my code. Give me just 1 minute. There must be a small mistake that we did. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't think this is working. There is another code that we can try. If the permission is granted for the course location, yeah, this code we'll try. Let's see. You can create a task where I want to get the location. We'll call it location that is equal to location services. We have to enable location services. Location services services dot get fused location provider line. Yeah, location services dependency has to be added, and that is added with the simple. Yeah, this one must be get fused location provider client of this. Okay, dot get last known location. Simple. You're done. So you just have to call get last location, and you'll get the latest location that has been updated. So from the location, on top of the location, you can add on success listener. If there is a location update, you'll add this on success listener. And yeah, this one you need to implement and you'll get on success method. You can also implement on failure listener, and you can also implement new on failure listener. Finally, you can close it with a semicolon at the end. And these things can be replaced with lambda, and we know how to replace this with lambda. Now, add on success listener is there. And in the add on success listener, you get to see the location, right? You can use the same thing for displaying a marker at your location. Copy this, paste it here. Instead of a normal location like this, we can say location one dot get latitude. And instead of 78 point something static value, you can say location one dot get longitude. I think we are done. Marker in, I can say my location. Marker in my location. If there is no location update, you can write a toast saying location update failed. Failed. Okay. I think you can run the application now and it works this time. I'm hoping so. Let's try. Connected to my device. I'm running it. Failed again. Why? Happened. Location dot get longitude on an null object reference. Okay, at com.google.zxms.com. All right. So in my device, the location services are not enabled. That is the reason I'm getting this error. Okay. So I just enabled them. I hope so. Let us try this time. Try this time. See, now you got to see the output, right? So this is my location. You can see my village name, Anapatti, GBR College, and other things around, right? So what we missed out was the location services. So we have to enable the location services. And if you enable them, you will get this thing automatically done for you. This is the problem with the previous code also, I believe. You can also work with the previous code if you remember. Otherwise, I will also provide it in the notes. Let me provide that previous code of getting the location to you directly on the notes. Fetch location. This is one code. And the other code is already there on the maps activity, which is here. Okay. Now you can also see that this zoom level is also been added. You can actually click plus to go nearer to the location. Okay, you can actually hit minus to come out of this location to whatever the extent you want it. Okay, you can navigate through this using Google Maps. You can navigate through directly. Also, you can see it on Google Maps as well directly. The location address will be coming here, right? What is this? Oh, somebody put something. Who is this guy? So we put a 3D image. And you know how we can take a 3D image? Anyone can take a 3D image, 360 degrees image. But this is my location. And you see that as we have written, as we have written, set my location button enabled, you can see that there is a small dot coming up here, a blue color dot coming up here. Okay. Should be coming up here, but it is not coming up here. There is a blue color dot coming up on maps. Okay. Maps is relatively simple. Okay. Maybe I have complicated it in this session for replacing this code, trying another code again, just for missing out location services, enabling location services. Okay. I might have confused you a little bit. However, implementing maps is as easy as implementing any other things in Android. All we need to do is just get the code out of Google and use it according to your requirement. Tweak it according to your requirement. A little bit of research would help you do that. And coming to the Google Places API, Google Places, Google Nearby Places. There is an API for nearby places. Nearby Places API. You search for it. You get to see this link. And as of now, nearby search is not available for Android. So all we need to do is you use web service using which you will get the JSON response like this. So this is the kind of JSON response you get. And you know how to parse this response and display the locations. For displaying the locations, you can still use add marker method. You can add as many markers as you want to. Many markers you can add. Just have to repeat this code again and again. this code, whatever is there, these three lines of code, if you repeat, you'll be able to add markers easily. Okay. So based on this response, you can add markers. And for getting the response, what is the URL that you should use? So this is the URL that you should use. Copy it, paste it somewhere, and instead of your API key, you have to go to Google Console, Google Maps Console, credentials. You create a credential, API key. I think you can use it. So as of now, you got this message. You must enable billing on Google Cloud Project. Only then you'll get it. Okay. So I've already done it now. For Maps activity, I can actually enable API services. I can go to here, enable APIs and services. Yeah. So if you run this with the API key, with the appropriate API key, where Google Maps. So this Google Places API nearby, I'll search for nearby places. Nearby search. So this is for Places API only. Documentation. Places API and So these are all can be used actually with Google Maps. Started. The Google Cloud Console, after enabling this library, get the API key, and if you use it, then you'll get this kind of response. Okay, try this yourself, you'll get it. And based on this response, you can show the nearby locations of any given location, the nearby places based on the search. So if the user wants to go to a petrol pump, the user wants to go to a restaurant, you'll give restaurants nearby. You just search for restaurants. In the nearby places, you can mark them only if you get this response out of this URL. In the documentation, it is very clear. However, the API key is troubling us as of now. Do a little bit of research and you'll be able to do it. If not, reach out, no problem. Adding Google places, nearby places also. Nice. We can't save. Okay. So that's it for the day. I hope you understood the topic. Probably I might have confused you by replacing this code with another code just for not enabling the location services. However, that is not a big deal, I assume. Okay. Please try this code. I am pushing this code to GitHub. Please try this code yourself. Try to see if you're getting the output from Google Maps. If you're getting it, that's good. Batch 15, right? All right. The data is also pushed to GitHub. Please find the data there. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet again on Monday. I wish you a very happy weekend and we shall meet on Monday. Thank you. Yeah, I can do that. I can share my API key. No, not a problem. But yeah, API key you should not share with anybody. However, I'm sharing it with you just because you asked. Okay. Usually API key should not be shared. So I think Altafraj, you got the API key. Please use it for Google Maps. Thank you.